Good afternoon. Oh boy, is it really dreary and chilly and wind blowing here in the part of Ohio where I'm at. I certainly have had some challenges lately. Well, actually, I've had challenges all my life, and um, we don't need to deceive ourselves into thinking that when we get the toxicity out of our life, when we get the drama out of our life, that we are no longer going to have challenges? Well, believe me, yes, challenges. They seem like humanity has challenges their whole life. I mean, you can still have a good life and have challenges. Now, I have a fairly good life, but I don't have the kind of life that I really would like to have. And the challenges that come along with not having the life that you'd like to have, um, by trying to make everything work, trying to use what you've got to give you a simulation of a little bit of what you'd like to have. And but here's the thing: all my life, because I grew up poor. I mean poor. I mean not as poor as a lot of kids had, but I grew up poor, no food. I started out in the country and away from the stores and stuff. And when Mom couldn't get to the store, she'd send us two older girls to go to the store, and we had quite a ways to walk to go to the store. There was always challenges. And then after I got up and got married, which that was a foolhardy thing, but had I not done that, I wouldn't have the kind of kids that I've got. I mean, I've got three wonderful kids. Uh, and being married for the first time, trying to take everything that I have, whether whether a lot of people would say, well, you don't have much. Well, no, I didn't have much, and trying to make it work. That's been that way all my life. Trying to have a nice little living room, and I've got my little girl, and then I'm pregnant, and trying to have a nice living room, and using big cardboard boxes and put a scarf over the top of it and set the lamp on the cardboard box so I could have end tables. I have been improvising my whole life, and um, when I was younger, I mean, it wasn't that big of a challenge. I just did it. You know, I don't even remember sitting around wishing that I had something better. Um, but needless to say, that's the way my life has been. Always challenging. And now that I'm where I'm at, and as old as I am, and with limitations that I have, which I believe that I've put them limitations on myself, because we have a built-in consciousness, and we have an imagination and we have a mouth that will speak, like Yeshua said to do, that what things soever you say, you shall have. Well, I've been talking my lack of mobility, and now for a couple years, and I gotta quit it. I gotta quit it. I've gotta quit looking at what I do have, and quit. How do I say this? Stop looking at what I lack and start presenting what I do have. Okay, I can still walk. I can still move around, but boy, it can be painful, but I gotta stop focusing on that. I gotta stop speaking that. Because apparently there is power in that. Now, and I know that there's power in that because I've seen it happen time and time again in my life. So, another challenge. I gotta start watching what I say. You know the saying, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all? Well, Joyce, I'm looking at you. Yes, Joyce. If you can't say anything nice about your body, then don't say anything at all. Don't talk about how afraid you are about moving. That's we tend to sabotage ourselves because we can't tame our tongue. It says it in the word, the Chronicle Canons, that James says you can't tame the tongue, and you can bless or you can curse yourself with your tongue. So I gotta watch what I'm saying from here on out. And when I come across a challenge, don't say anything about it. Just find a way to do it and do it. So, but yeah, and I've all my life I've only found, well, there's a couple things I'm afraid of, and I tried to challenge I tried to fix the one, and that I took swimming lessons. Now I did learn how to float and backstroke and tread water for a little bit. The rest, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. There was too much fear there to put my face down in the water like that. It was just too much fear. So, okay, I faced that fear, but I didn't fix it. I used to travel all over the place by myself, and I can truthfully say I've never been lost. But now I'm up against a big challenge here because not just working on trying to get myself healthy and getting my body to in a position where it's willing to heal itself, um, standing up against the cold weather and trying to find solace in the warmth of the camper, and that I have heaters, I have furnace, I have blankets, I have sweaters. Can't stand to be bundled up though. Now, if I'm sitting in front of the TV, I don't mind having a blanket on, and as long as I've got heat on. But herein lies the challenge for me now. Not letting myself get so down in the dumps because of the weather, and being able to see past any challenge that comes to me and any fear that comes to me, and being able to make the right choices and the right move at the right time. Now, those are some big challenges. We were given abilities and gifts and tools. The tools are within us. Yeshua said the keys to your kingdom is within you. So, if I want my life to be different, and I don't want to be in the cold all the time, and I would like to have a cute little house in warm weather all year round. What do I do about it? Well, Yeshua did say, you have not because you ask not. Well, there's certain ways to ask, and it's not, please God, please. It's not, please Jesus, please. He said, look within. So I've got to go within and find find a solution to what I'd like to have, and when and if I make certain moves. But I find myself being challenged with the fact that I don't want to leave my kids. All my children are here in Ohio. I mean, they're scattered. Not that scattered, though, that we couldn't get to one another in an hour. But I mean, I know everybody would move once everything was settled in each one's life that needed settled and stuff, and we could all go to Arizona, and that would be fine and dandy. Well, what do I do in the meantime? And things might happen that might change for them altogether, and they decide they don't want to go, and they all got their own families around. And so then that just leaves me. What do I want to do? What do I want for my life? Well, therein comes the challenge, because that fear creeps in of doing it myself. I've only traveled a couple of times by myself. I traveled out to Arizona, but there's somebody to meet me on the other end. And I've hitchhiked from South Carolina, but I had family on this end. When I evacuated for Hurricane Michael in Panama City, I mean, I was living down there by myself after my brother and sister came back to Ohio. But I had my own home. It was already set up. And I evacuated to North Carolina. But going back now, that was a big challenge. But I had a place to, my home was still there. I checked it all out, and I had everything. My home was still there. So I had a place to go to. The only way that I can see me getting up and moving to Arizona is if it's already set in place. Like, it's all planned out. And or somebody comes to me and say, found this cute little house over here in this cute little town here in Arizona. Come look at it and see what you think. But I'll make a deal with me more or less to live there and it be mine, because I don't really, like I said, I don't want to have to pay rent. Right now, in this camper right now, I get $1,300 a month, a little more than $1,300. It'll go up at the first year. A camper's paid for, so what I have to pay for here is trash, which that's $72 every 3 months, and I pay the electricity here and lot rent, and that's only $200, and then my car insurance is $100. So that's and then my credit cards. Now, if I want to pay them off faster instead of just the minimum payment, then I can add more to it. But like I said, I let go of the state's helping me with food stamps and my insurance premium. So that's knocking me down $250, something like that. and but I could still do it. I mean, the challenge that I have here is all the creativity that's in me. That I like to move furniture around, and I like to see something new every other week or so. And the camper's not big enough, and it's not shaped for it to have the things that I have now to work with. I would have to go out and have it all done professionally as far as picking up the stuff I needed to do what I want to do it with. And that's a challenge. Finding somebody that could do that for me because I'm not in the. It's too challenging for me to get out and try to walk around to all the stores and stuff to do that myself. And then I would need a truck. So there's a lot of limitations. There's a lot of challenges. Um, but again, I have a roof over my head, and I've turned it into as much of a tiny, comfortable home sweet home that I can. So for me to get up and go to another state, it would have to all be strategically planned so that I could go out there, go right straight into my home, and everything would be right there where I needed it because of my age and because of the challenges that this body faces right now. And so it's it can get very disheartening, and especially on in weather like this. My body needs sunshine. That's my brain needs sunshine. My psychic needs sunshine for me to function the way I myself needs to function or want to function. I don't want to sit in a chair all day long and watch television. I'd like to be able to get out and walk and be out in the sunshine and stuff without having to worry about falling and things like that. I mean, I've got a walker, but a walker don't work that well out in grass and hills and stuff like that. But I'm very grateful that I have a place to sit in my camper. Very grateful. I've got well water. I've got everything I need except the things I want because needs just isn't your food and water and clothes and a bed and a warm house. Needs are that affect your emotional because if your emotional needs aren't met, then the rest of it, all it does is keeping you alive. That's basically all it's doing. You're not living. So, but anyway, I that's a challenge. And like I said before, I started two new channels for the specific reason so that I could extend the things that I want to talk about. And one of them is um, well, once I figure out how to put the links from it into here, I'll do that. And not allowed to put links in the comments. So anyway, but I know that I had said on one of my other videos that I started two new channels, and somebody posted, "Farewell." I don't know what that means, farewell. I mean, I know what it means, but I didn't know what that meant to that person, farewell. Are you leaving this channel because I started two other channels? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand people. I know there's 8 billion people on this planet, and every one of us thinks different, want different things, and everything. So it can get very chaotic trying to uh, understand and reason why other people say and do things that they say and do. So, but anyway, that's my challenges, and that's my that I'm dealing with right now, and I'm doing my best, trying my best to be everything that I want to be in this camper, um, and trying to get healthy and trying to answer everybody's comments and stuff. And some comments I don't say anything to because it's best that I just shut up. And I read the comments, but if I don't agree with it, then I'm just going to be still. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do a like, or I'm not going to do a heart, or I'm not going to say anything. And I'm sorry, but you know, if you can, I don't know. I mean, I don't feel if I don't agree with something, why would I want to put a like or heart on it? And I'm not going to get on there and debate you and make you feel bad any more than I want you to make me feel bad. So, anyway, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. And that goes for you too, Joy. Just remember that. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later.